For me, deer season doesn't start in October. It starts the minute the previous season ends. Back in the spring, I began planning food plots with one goal in mind: setting the property up to hold deer all year long, not just during hunting season. Along with that came the trail cameras, learning patterns, seeing what deer survived the winter, and figuring out who might be around come fall. As summer rolled into early fall, food plots yet again crossed my mind. Initially unsuccessful due to drought, I had to come up with a backup plan and wait for the rain to come. I opted to broadcast seed by hand during the rain and let God take control, and wouldn't you know it, He produced some of the best food plots I've ever had on the farm. All of that effort is an investment you hope pays off later. You don't always know if it will, but that's part of the process. Going into early season, the plan was simple: hunt smart and hunt light. I wasn't forcing sits or overpressuring areas. I wanted to keep the deer comfortable, especially with daylight movement still limited. Most hunts early on were about observation, learning which stands were burning with activity, and which ones were better saved for later in the year. Eventually, the season gave me an opportunity I wasn't going to pass up. I had a goal of harvesting a doe at the base because the doe population on the farm is just now starting to bounce back. This hunt came together exactly how you hope a bow hunt does: calm conditions, relaxed deer, and a clean shot opportunity. Harvesting this doe wasn't just about filling a tag. It was about confidence, patience, and knowing that the work I put in all year was finally paying off. After my doe harvest, I set my sights on filling my buck tag. I continued to hunt hard. I saw plenty of deer. And I even got out to do some waterfowl hunting. But once November came around, everything changed.
Well, everybody, my wife and I just got to church. I'll hand over to her real quick. So just a quick update on things. One of my target bucks, Frisch, I'll put that picture up right here, right now for you guys to see. Just daylighted today. So with that being said, that is a huge deal. I feel like I don't get a whole lot of pictures of our hitless bucks daylighting on the farm. So he has actively slipped up, and it was right in the kill plot this morning, probably 20 yards from the stand. Would have been awesome.
All right, everybody, it is go time. I got home from church, jumped in the shower, got dressed, got everything I needed, and I am about to get into the stand, and hopefully we're gonna have an awesome afternoon/evening hunt.
I hunted hard for Frisch, but I never did lay eyes on him. With Frisch in the back of my mind, I continued to hunt hard. This day, my dad was hunting with me and we were absolutely covered up in deer. It was the kind of hunt you dream about filming perfectly, but sometimes the camera just doesn't cooperate. Or the deer. I even got to sit with my mom that night and saw even more deer. Even without footage, those sits mean a lot to me. Those are the hunts you remember long after the season ends. As the seasons turned cold, I broke out the buddy heater and hot chocolate and headed for the shoot house, where it did not disappoint. Yet, the tree stand continued to call my name, and I decided to get back out in the open. This was one of those hunts that I had to scramble for. I had just gotten out of class, I didn't even have enough time to shower. I just got dressed and got into the stand. With not much time to hunt, I figured I wouldn't see anything, but God had other plans. With no footage, one of my target bucks, a buck I called No Name, came out of nowhere and presented a shot opportunity. When reaching for my bow, I bumped the safety bar in the tree stand, causing No Name to become very skittish. I drew back and, truth be told, rushed the shot. I watched the arrow sail a couple inches right over his back, and his big rack vanished into the sunset. This night will forever replay in my mind until next season. Missing a deer is something every bow hunter experiences, but it never gets easier. It makes you replay every second in your head, what you could have done differently, what you need to fix, and how to move forward. The important thing is learning from it and not letting it derail the rest of your season. The very next day, I decided to sit all day long. Around noon, I headed for the shoot house and had lunch, and then got back out into the stand. It was a long day, but I didn't see any deer. I decided to take the next day off and let the woods rest, and wouldn't you know it, not one, but 2 shooter bucks decided to pass through the farm. During that November 10th to 15th range, I will never take a day off again. I continued to hunt when I could. And then my wife and I bought our first house, which needed a lot more work than we originally thought. I missed a lot of time in the woods, but once Ohio's gun season rolled around, it was time to get back out and make the most of it. On December 3rd, I got out of class, skipped the no-scent shower, changed into my camouflage, and hurried off to the shoot house once again. Within minutes, I was already seeing deer. I realized that this was one of my management bucks, and without hesitation, I knew that I was going to try and fill my buck tag. Moments like this are why we do it. The adrenaline, the respect for the animal, and the satisfaction of a clean harvest. Looking back on the 2025 season, it wasn't perfect, and that's why it was memorable. Misses, close calls, successful hunts, and the time spent with family all played a role. Every season teaches you something new, and this one reinforced the importance of patience, preparation, and enjoying the process. If you stuck around to the end, I appreciate you. This is what deer hunting is about for me: the work before the season, the stories made in the woods, and the lessons learned along the way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stick with it.